Excuse me. All right, boys and girls.
Welcome back to the channel, everybody.
So, as we start here, before I get into my continued climb for Division 1, I have a video coming out talking about the civil war within eFootball, the different sides there are, ways to play the game, the good, the bad. And that's a continued conversation in all games, all football games. But it's unique in football games in that the king of football is not the king of football, right? When it comes to games, the king of football games right now is FC. It is not the best football game, not by a long shot. Trust me with this. I've gone in depth. I've made mistakes. I've thought one game was great and then missed certain things. I've misunderstood games before, especially eFootball. I've done it all, right? And I've shared every step of the way because that's the whole point. I'm not a top pro. I'm not a content creator that's just looking for the pulse of what people want to see. I'm literally just like all of you guys looking to play a football game, right? And do the best I can. But I come from the old school where I want to play actual football. I'm not looking for any shortcuts, for any nonsense. I look at football games just like I do real football because it is a football simulator after all. And so while we look to improve eFootball and we look at all the good stuff, the nonsense, you have to understand why eFootball is where it's at. And some of that can be helped when you see things like this, right? We're going to watch this rant video from Nick Runs the Foot Market on FC. And I've been waiting for something like this because in the famous words of a big content creator from the past, I literally can't think it was Inception, but whenever you hit a meta in FC that is run by a 4-5-1, you know the game's in bad shape. And in recent years, this is something that comes around pretty repetitively, where we get back to this nonsense. So I have no idea what Nick's going to say here, but I do know that understanding where your game's at is always connected to where these other football games are at, right? So let's see what's going on in the wonderful world of FC air hockey. I need to rant about FC 26. The thumbnail showed the big 4-5-1. And let's see what we have here.
Hopefully your Tuesdays.
You know what we need to do. And let's get into it.
Treating you well. We got a rant video. Yep. Another one, bro. We're going to talk about some stuff. First of all, I just want to make sure I'm not missing anything because I wasn't really online today, and I think there's a tweet here. So goalkeeper movement will be less effective now. Okay. How we're using a recent feedback. AI defending. The below change was made in FC 26. Slightly reduced how defensive AI defenders will mark pass receivers on the edge of their box. We made this change after the improvements to jockeying because we saw your feedback. We're continuing to watch this space closely. CPU AI, what we're doing next. We've this clip in peace. I want you to just watch this. By the way, this has gone extremely viral. This has 2 million views on Twitter, which is just insane. So we're gonna look at that. Ready? 1, 2. Right? There is 2 there. So you know what? I'm gonna have you watch this full because you've seen this at this point, and then we're gonna talk about it.
Oh my god, it's so ugly, guys. It's not football.
Okay. So I actually didn't complain much there. Let's watch the clip. Ready? 1 tackle.
Yep.
2. There was a second.
This happens all the time.
Manual interception. No reward. Hakimi. High defending. High defensive awareness. Okay? So that's 3. Now, I'm manually controlling Fabian. In the passing lane. 4.
Glorified air hockey.
Bounces right to Lamine Yamal. Okay, let's try again. 5. Unresponsive gameplay. And instead of a cool-off time, Instead of a cool-off timer for him to be able to win that back quickly, right away he gets it. 5. Okay? Now, Putelis manually, instead of using AI, goes to Putelis now. 6.
Oh my God, look at that, guys.
6. Okay? What happens? Okay, right there. And Pina, who has 79 pace, outruns Jordan. Look, for me, when I play this game, I can't outrun anybody. So, I can't really outrun anybody unless I have Rapid Base or Rapid Plus. I can't outrun anybody again. But Pina, someone that no one has even heard of until this year, or last year, or FC24, whatever year they added women, runs past my Jordi Alba, who got an end of an era card with 88 pace and great defending, right? On a diagonal. I even switch off because I'm like, hey, EA, maybe this AI defending you're giving my opponent is going to be even better. Nope. Nothing. Okay. So, why does this bring me to a rant video? Why do I have to make a rant video when, to be honest with you guys this year, I want you to all hang out with me for a second, right? And I feel like you guys like these videos because, you know, we can kind of chill out and, you know, we can kind of like just go through and talk about
That was
stuff.
insane,
Okay,
guys. That
back in
clip
FC
was
26.
bad.
Total football. And the video, health.
He's showing all the rant
It was
videos.
fun. I'm not just showing you that clip on Twitter to explain to you why we're here to make this video. I'm so disappointed in EA, man. I'm so disappointed in these guys. You want to know why? Because, for me, they didn't give people enough time to play the game. EA, what do you think is going to happen when you have that game and you leave it for a few months? People are going to find out more effective metas. They do every year. People are going to find out more effective cards. But let me tell you how open it was. No tactics, no meta, no R1 button. None of that crap was going to save anybody. And now what have you done? Well, you made defensive AI better. You made manual jockeying better. And now you have people, and this brings me to my next point. You have people that watched the FC Pro yesterday. Okay? And all these guys have this. Guys, even guys like Tex and Anders, who are phenomenal attacking talents, guess what formation they're using?
No way.
The 4-5-1. Now, why is the
Even those
4-5-1
guys?
problem in this game? Because you have the Great Wall of China in the midfield.
A lot of times you have at least the pros using better setups. But when the pros are even using the 4-5-1, you know, a lot of times the pros will be the ones, at least because of how good they are, to use something else. But when even pros are even using 4-5-1, you know your game's burnt. Just the way it is with FC. I'll let Nick explain, though. But this is why I left the game, guys. This is the second, third, fourth, whatever video we've watched with this, and I get it. He's a big creator. He's got dollar signs that determine where he goes. And understandably, he's built this big community. If he tried to go permanently to eFootball, I think people would follow. And mark my words, I think he's headed that direction. But I don't think Nick fully understands. When he talks eFootball, he's like how I used to be. You have to really... I have a great community that really helped me understand eFootball. And if it wasn't for that community, I wouldn't have ripped back the layers that Konami and these rat players over here have put over the great football. Right? Because he was right. No matter how much people want to say it, and I don't always say that. Like, Nick's been wrong plenty. I disagree with him a lot. But he was right about eFootball. From his standpoint, you have to really, dig into the game and dig past the ratty bullshit that you face game after game to really see at the core how good the game is. But anyway, let's hear what he has to say about FC. And mark my words, guys. Listen closely to this. Because these are the things that EA Sports is doing that are going to help put Konami on top with eFootball. But Konami, you can ensure that you get on top and stay on top. Unlike with after PES 6, unlike after PES 13, where you had these masterpieces and you just, for whatever reason, took a U-turn at the end of them and said, "Oh no, we don't want to be the best." Don't do that. Like, you gotta change. You gotta remove smart assist. You gotta stop with the bullshit, man, and you could be at the top. Like it's like I'm speaking, like I'm talking directly to Konami as if I know it, the entity as a single person. Like I'm begging you, Konami, make these changes, and you can already start burying these guys now. They're burying themselves, but what always saves them and keeps certain players and keeps eFootball at second place is that they never take advantage of, like, they could easily have the best game right now, but they don't take advantage of it. They don't take out the BS. So we'll get back to why FC is so trash and why this is such a good opportunity if Konami could just get their shit together. And Unreal EA Sports, by the way, shame on you, you idiots.
And you have a striker that they just manually hold while using R1 with one of the center mids, and they just try to three-man press you inside of that wall. So the only way to actually get by the 4-5-1 is you have to bypass the 5. You're not going to drop into the midfield or the box. You're past them, and then you can actually play 4v4 or 5v4 or like 5v5. So they try to pin you. They run with the striker while holding R1 with one of the center mids, and then one of their other AIs is just occupying, and it's a freaking mess. I'm not just here for the reason of the Twitter video, which was enough to bring me here, okay? These, and it's not faulting anyone with these accounts, right? These are everywhere. These are everywhere. Because you have a situation now where you have another year where what is the meta? It's defending. Every EA, I don't know how you guys get this wrong every year, that you think that your game is something that's going to grow and people will like by defending, bro. The joy, you brought someone like me joy in the first few weeks of this game because of the responsiveness, the emphasis. Guys, you know what the most refreshing part was? Because people were coming to my streams like and being like, yo, man, like, you're not even crashing out. Like, yo, did EA cook? I'm like, guys, you know why I'm not crashing out? Because when I manually win the ball, I get the ball. Something also changed with this, and the amount of people replying with clips, agreeing, quoting it, talking about how in the last 2 weeks all these bounce backs are returned. Why did this start happening? This was one of the reasons that everyone hated FC25, FC24, because of this. Look at that, man. That was not a damn thing in the first 2 weeks of the game.
They got rid of them,
EA, you need
and
to
then
go
they
look
got,
and see
yeah, when did they come back?
What changed? Because let me tell you this. The players in this clip I'm using and manually defending with are way better than the players I was using 4 weeks ago. So how does it make sense that those players, when I was manually tackling, the ball glued to them, like on their foot, right? How does that make sense? And now the ball is bouncing to them like that. EA, make that one make sense. That's why we're here making this video. This is unacceptable. Because you know what this does, right? I'm a person that likes playing high attacking, high quality, high speed gameplay. You know what this makes people want to do? Number one, stop playing the game. Or number two, go on Twitter,
telling you guys,
the pros tactics of 4-5-1, run back with their striker, and have the AI just defend. Because EA, I'm going to ask you this. When you watch this clip, right? Number one, it is not a good look when someone can generate the views that I can get on these socials showcasing your game in this state. This does not encourage people to play the game, okay? You don't pay me money to give promo. I make money off the game. That's a fact. This does not look good. Hey, oh, I want to download and play Viva today. Who the hell wants to play this game looking like this, okay? First of all, everyone responds to this clip saying, oh, this is why I quit, right? Yes. That's what people say. Oh, yep, this is why I quit, okay? But you guys need to investigate, because this is why people want to just go and hold their R1 and hold AI rather than switch to the on-ball player. Because what is the point? What is the point? But I'm just disappointed, EA, in you, because every single year you have to do something to make the game worse. This was one of the best releases of a game you ever had this year. And I just feel like week over week it's getting worse and worse. The recent changes you guys are doing are not doing anything beneficial for this game. What you should have done, you should have left the game the way it was originally. You should have left it the way it was. You should have given the game a month or 2 months and then built off that. Now, what should you have done with initial feedback? You should have fixed kickoffs. You should have fixed corners. You should have fixed when I'm aiming at my player, why does the ball not go to that player? Why does it go to another player that's offside that I didn't aim at? These are real issues. You should have been continuing to investigate. Why the hell do I feel like I want to rip my nuts off when I play this game on console because the input delay is so unbearable, right? Those are the things you should have figured out. Not going on Reddit, not going on Twitter and listening to these Timmies who cry every single year. Bro, these guys were crying on FC25, the most defensive AI-assisted game I've ever seen, that defending wasn't good enough because they still weren't getting rank 1. Why are you listening to these people? Why are you not listening to the people that play this game the right way? You guys can say whatever the hell you want about me. Most of you guys going on these other football games, I'm not even slighting you guys. I've seen pros that try to go on eFootball and play that game, and FIFA pros, guys that get 15-0, they can't even win one game with the best team. All right? So I am somebody that can play a lot of these games, not at the pro level, but at very high level, this at an enjoyable gameplay style.
Shout out Nick for that one. That is 100% true, and I say it to these eFootball guys too, dude. Some of these guys, they just have the shortcuts. That's it. That's all they do. That's why they stick to their one game, because they're not true football players. They're not actually playing for football games. They look at it like a puzzle, like a math equation. Like, oh, if I cross 6 times, the seventh one will go in. Oh, if I go get CR7, I can spam across with, Salah's this card with edge crossing, and so I'll get those two, and just like, they don't look at it like actually playing football and building a team and then tactics around that team, or building a team around the tactics you want to use, whichever way, and like making adjustments to each opponent, because most opponents don't play football. And that's the specific FIFA or eFootball or UFL guys that you have that think they're good, but they're a bunch of dorks that are wasting their time in a football simulator, not playing football for the sake of like a win, looking at the game as something it's like entirely different. Like, they're not playing a football simulator. They're like, ooh, this competition where I try to find the glitches and the shortcuts, and those are always ones that stick to their game and that get these higher ratings that can't do shit elsewhere. They don't know shit about football. You try to give them to start a channel or like break down their tactics or break down a game, like have them play a game and then break down what they don't know. They'll speak from a sense of like, oh, as you can see, when I go left here, that defender gets stuck and doesn't move for a second, so that's when I pass it and can tap the ball, and like, it's shit like that. It's not football, right? That's funny. I'm glad he said that as I'm sitting here in the top 4% of eFootball in like just a few days of playing, beating all these quote-unquote top eFootball guys, because I actually play football. I actually play the sport, and no matter what game it is, that doesn't change.
Guys, I'm not innocent. Do I spam meta? Yeah, I spam meta. I don't use cams without incisive because you can't pass the damn ball. I don't use players.
Yeah, that's where you have to.
Because you can't pass the ball anymore.
I agree with what he's saying there too.
But yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I obviously use a striker that has rapid. Do I run down the line and cut back for every single one of my goals? No. Do I run back with my striker and hold R1 with the Great Wall of China formation? No. So I use meta. Am I dependent on meta? No, I'm not fully dependent on meta like other players are. I don't understand why EA do not understand people want to log onto a game that is high-skilled, manual, and attacking. People want to log onto a game
eFootball, listen to this.
And fun, okay? They got to get their stuff together. You guys got to get your stuff together. I know Thunderstruck is going to come out. I know people are going to say, oh, you're still covering it, you're still doing the menus. I know people are going to say all that. EA, I expect more from you guys because you have shown this year you want to communicate, you want to do better, you want to fix things. Watching and playing games like this, and to my last point of why I'm really ultimately here tonight, and you guys will see it on the gameplay video, okay? I unfortunately tonight, look, we have a video going up on the second channel. Nothing went bad, but the experience in the Elite Division, okay? I played 3 matches. Every single person was using 4-5-1, every one of them. All they did was run back with the striker and then use the 5 center mids. And then all they did in the attack, guys, I'm not even trolling. The only thing these guys did in the attack, I was laughing because I'm like, I get the ball in the 30 and I start attacking in the middle. I start doing tic-tac. Yeah, I run down the line sometimes. Then I'll cut back. Then I'll go inside. These guys run till you see where Raya is. My face cam's in the way, okay? These guys run, if you can see my mouse. They run right here, and they want to run right here. And all they do is try to do double taps here for a shot. So many times I was just manually moving my center back here to block the shot. One time Vinny just jammed it through. The other thing they do is they'll run here and they just cut back and recycle until they get something. Okay? So not only do they defend brain dead, they attack brain dead. So how does that leave me leaving the Elite Division? I'm like, bro, I feel like I just lost brain cells. That's how I feel when I'm playing in the Elite Division. I just played 3 games. I was trying out a fun team tonight, and I'm like, I just lost my brain cells doing this. What is going on? Right? So for me, the ultimate disappointment this year, and I give this analogy a lot with different things and different games. EA had the game in a place, I felt like, where they could have built on it, and it had so much potential. It wasn't where it needed to be, but it had so much potential. And now we're at a spot where instead of building on it, we're just trying to get back to what we had. It's like EA is just trying to patch and patch and patch, when what they should do is implement the corner and kickoff changes they've made so far onto the original version of the gameplay. Okay? Because all the changes they have made to the game have not been really beneficial. We've just been trying to work back to how do we get to that game. And look, I understand that the beginning of a FIFA is really new and unique, and people don't really know what's going on. So, look, everybody's kind of free-for-alling and not knowing. I will say this. The main thing I can see is that, yes, a lot of the community has adapted and also had the benefit that they're playing formations that are park the bus, and they've nerfed, they've boosted AI so that they boosted manual defending into AI space and the overall stats so that when they run 5 midfielders together with a striker in front, because that has been boosted when they're selecting the player, it's very hard to get by. But ultimately, guys, it's gutting to me because this game was really fun to play in the beginning, and now it's not fun. And I'll tell you this, many of the recent FIFAs I have not had fun with. I just really haven't even had fun with the game. So I'm sad because this year I was having fun in the beginning, and I don't know why EA have to mess it up. And I have to ask EA, whatever the hell is going on in this clip, I'm dead ass. I played 200 games of the game. This is how my games are going every few games now. I was not having any of this crap in the beginning. I was having that right there where the ball is, boom, glued to my foot. I win the ball and I go attack. So whatever EA did, please consider going back to what you had. Because I see the numbers. Again, it's going to be another year now where the in-between promos, less people are playing, even though the gameplay content is fantastic. The tournaments, all these modes are great. But who gives a damn crap, right? Who gives a damn crap if people just want to log off because of this? There's not even monthlies. There's not swaps. There's nothing going on. So when the core gameplay, and the last thing I'm going to say, I know I jump around my thoughts on that. I felt like in the beginning of the year, because we didn't have, you had so many different styles that worked well. And now because EA has passed this game into the ground with different ways, you've just got everybody using 4-5-1. Like, we're just back to the same crap where everybody uses one formation because one play style is so much more effective than another, which sucks. I think you guys would all agree in the first month, the amount of different formations you saw was incredible. It was like the variety was crazy, and now we're just here. We're just here. And it's a sad spot to be at. You know, I think this promo is going to be a lot of fun on the menus, but EA, this update in December really needs to, like, get us back to the direction that we previously were in, because this is just a mess right now. It's a freaking mess. So that's going to be the video, guys. I had to rant about this because it's been driving me crazy. Looking at this gameplay, experiencing what I just experienced in Elite Division, and then knowing what I was have happen and having fun in the beginning to have this, it's sad.
When I switched to Allstate, I saved hundreds. My old insurance company.
All right,
raised my
guys.
rates,
So I'm
I
gonna
started
finish this AI game and then I'm gonna get to it. But, yeah, man, a lot of what he says translates, and it's funny how he talked about these players in each of these games that can't really play football. They're like puzzle solvers, and it's crazy. Like the players that these development companies decide to like focus on to build a game for. It doesn't make any sense. I don't know where they're getting their numbers from. There's no way there's more of these people. Like, clearly it's a football simulator. That's what we want to play. And these companies start catering to these idiots that don't even play the sport. It makes no sense. But anyway, when you look at the good stuff, in eFootball compared to FC. eFootball is just in a much better spot. There's no reason why this game should be in the place that it is, right? There's no reason at all with some of the trash that we have to deal with. Even playing this AI game and what I did, like throwing all the players across the top to try to come back, and I've gotten like 100 shots, but it's still like not enough. It's like you can feel the scripting in it and stuff. I don't know what made them just take the game and turn it into an AI mess. Doesn't make much sense at all to me, right? Doesn't make any sense at all. But that's where we're at, unfortunately. But hopefully, you never know, man. If enough people can speak up, come on, we got one more chance. Good, good. And we're going to lose 1-0 after just dominant. I don't even think they got in my half one time. Except for their goal. Let's look. Whoa. At one point they got 7 shots. But yeah, 7 shots on target and we couldn't score. But that's alright. That's AI. That's a warm-up match. Let's get into a real game. Current 1620 as we look to climb. Up 728 right now. 1800 gets us to Division 1. But it's the same thing here, man. And you got these losers that will waste their time not playing football. And you kind of gotta go a little. You don't want to be a rat. Really, a lot of it, it's funny, ties to what Nick was saying about FC. No, I'm not going to be a complete rat. But yes, there's some things I have to do that's going to be considered ratty because, unfortunately, Konami's made the game to where if you don't do it at all, then there's really no point in competing, right? But I try to play football as much as possible. And then obviously your opponent has a lot to do with it. And unfortunately, just typically speaking, you're going to run into a rat a lot of times, so. Now let's see who we got here. Another Division 2 player. Can't really look at the overall strength of the team. It's a bit irrelevant. Just because of smart assists and everything else, but I'm gonna experiment here. Right side, so Serginho, I should be able to catch Serginho out of position. Pushing up is that attacking left back, and he's not that strong defensively either. We know what he's going for. Crosses in the diagonal through balls. We know that's coming for sure. just to show you again, I'm looking for the typical way I play, except I want to try to catch Serginho push up the pitch. Alright, here we go. My Nigerian friend, let's get at it. Fabregas vs Capello, Khan vs Mignon. Ibra vs Lua. Boom. I knew I was going to get him off. I thought I was enough space. Wasn't. Good. Damn it. You lucky little bastard. Oh my god, what the hell? Oh, it was in too. Get in. No way, dude. It's got to be a goal. That was silly. Too easy. Should have crossed, should have passed it. Get in! Oh, you expect me to believe there's no scripting? Too strong. It's too strong. It's automatic with this guy, dude. He's too strong. 95, I think it is, or it's 90. I think it's 95 Physicon. Physical contact. It's a mother trucker. So far, this guy's trying to play football. We'll see if he goes complete rat. What the hell did I do there? Good. I don't know if you guys can notice there's a bit of delay there. I know who he wants to go for. Oh my god, guys. If I can get my feet on correctly. Oh my god, it's so goofy. It's still the delay. If you're wondering why both of us are doing this same crap, just the delay. See what I'm saying? Look at the glitchiness in the game. Like, that's a breakaway that they just screwed up. This is the shit eFootball's got to figure out. They just took a breakaway from me. Goofy ass game, bro. Love it and hate it. You see what I'm saying? Unbelievable. All these goofy, delayed, crazy plays. They got to get rid of that shit. Pele's on a clean breakaway and it just... Oh, nope. Dumbest thing I've ever seen. Too easy to read. You're in. Offsides, obviously. This game is crazy, bro. Let's see what this goof troop's gonna do now.
Substitution. The attendance for this match was 80,113.
Ibra. I guessed it. I read it too. Whoa! He just ran the other way. That was weird. He ran the other way of the ball. I don't get this game sometimes. I can't believe what my Taram just did. Will you just run, Baggio? Like, make a run, maybe? Holy crap. Great stuff by my Van Boyton. I guess that one right, eh? Stupid ass shit. You're trying to play the game right and you can't. You just gotta clear it. It's so dumb, man. You guys see me trying to play football. And then this is what you gotta do to score. It's so stupid. That's how you shoot that, bro? Yes. About time. I had to like walk it all the way in and do an unrealistic finish because otherwise you never know what's going to happen. I really wanted to go near post there and like kind of close to my right foot, let him know where I was going and then finesse it, but you know how that goes. So I walked it to where it's like, okay, no matter what, even if you move your goalie, I'm going to hit this hard enough that even if they wanted to give you the save, they can't. Okay, Baj, go ahead and miss that one. Now, these are the games where, so without a doubt with eFootball, it's the one thing that FC has over them. Some people say there's scripting in FC. I don't feel it. Some people say there is. But against AI, like, I definitely do against AI. But in these games, What the fuck? And divisions and stuff like that, I don't feel in FC. I do feel it in eFootball. 100%. What the hell just happened there? So strong individual effort from Ibra, and then the second one was a bad giveaway from him. I gotta watch that second one again, but I'm pretty sure. I didn't even know he had that much. Playing a little dirt. Guess he's got a PS5 in prison, eh? So look where I won the ball. So you see where I was defending, and you see where he won the ball. Interesting. Ball winning. So I won the ball in those there. He won the ball through the middle. Crazy. He just wasn't creating chances. I thought he was very bad. Is that dude gonna end up being like ranked higher? Does that somehow work? He wasn't going anywhere. He just kept pushing the ball to the sides. To me, that was an easy opponent. Yeah, that makes sense. I was gonna say. He screamed out like he wasn't very creative at all. But he tried to play football, and you got to give him that. I respect this opponent way more than 95% of my opponents. Kid Dad AXX. All right. We got to get one more game. One more game. Let's go, boys. Let's light it up. Same smart defense. Hopefully a little better connection. There's a little Lagadocious on there. Let's get her in there. I'd say last game went to just about as planned. There's some goofy stuff in there. That Pele breakaway is still goofy. A few weird stuff like that. There's one where my Thuram started rounding away and almost gave him the end line. That was kind of weird. Another Division 2 player. Let's see what we got here, boys. Alright. He's going to be looking at Big Hullet. Big Hully. But don't sleep on that. Cruyff, don't sleep on that Mbappe. I don't care if he's standard list. Don't matter. He can still light it up. We'll go tight marking on Hullet. If that's who he keeps in, let's see. Fabio Capello. We'll shoot a Hullet. He spent on Hullet. He wanted Hullet at striker, eh? Let's go, boys. Come on. Let's get to it. Straight to good football. Capello versus Capello. Hully versus Hully. I got my Bappy on the bench too. I might have to pull him out. Aw, too easy. We knew what you were doing, bro. I knew that was coming, that's why I tried to get rid of it. Look at this. Oh my god. Terrible touch. I had my finger on sprint though. I think that's what did it. Yeah. Yeah, I tricked him. Trickerosha. What the hell, these goofy movements? Ah. Oh, acrobatic fini. That's why you get that acrobatic finishing on them, boys. Acrobatic finishing and acrobatic clearance will save your ass. We got a little ratty with us, eh? Dude. This is how you're going to play? Alright, so we got a little little bitch with us. So watch this. This is how you play against these losers right here.
Substituição no time do Corinthians. Camisa 17 vai ser substituído pelo jogador camisa 20.
Damn. He's just going after delay the whole time. It's all he's going after. Look at, see? You see the screen glitches? He's a fucking delay rat loser. Delay rat loser. And it ain't gonna work because I can be a little rat bitch too.
Foram indicados 2 minutos de acréscimo. Senhoras e senhores, temos o prazer de informar que os programas da partida de hoje estão disponíveis nos balcões ao lado dos portões.
Two hole players on the outside. Let's see what the little rat bitch is doing. Okay. Offsides. What a little rat bitch. I did an offside trap like an idiot. What? Oh my god, what a little fucking bitch. Hey, this is on stream, so I wanted to let you know. You realize you're one of the losers that everyone laughs at? Tell us why we know you play for nothing and you've never won anything and you never will. Instead of playing football, which you're terrible at, you decide to be a total rat loser and make the game like this. So congratulations. Now, I will send you $500 if you send me one thing that shows me anything you've ever won. Look at this rat trash loser. I told you. They're always the same. Rat trash loser. Oh.
minutos de acréscimo. Gol marcado para o Marrocos. Camisa 24.
Dang, I thought we had this rat loser, guys. I mean, it wasn't fun at all. And think about it.
Senhoras e senhores, pedimos que tomem conta de seus filhos durante a partida.
God, dude, this game is pathetic, bro. This game is pathetic. Let's look at the hours this loser's played to still do that. 1,300. Alright, on to the next one. I'm still waiting for one of these losers to show me any reason why they play like rat losers.
Signore e signori, benvenuti all'incontro di oggi tra Milan e Corinthians. Gol per il Corinthians, ha segnato al 9 minuto numero 11. Questo uomo indica 2 minuti di recupero. Signore e signori, vi invitiamo caldamente a contribuire all'iniziativa Un gol per la vita, presentandovi agli stand appositi.
Absolute joke. This fucking shit, dude. But this is what you get game after game after game. Look at this, dude. He had a... If he just slowed down and thought for 2 seconds, he could have actually done something there. But this is what you got. But see, when you play these type of players and you try to do anything but, you know, like play... They just go to spam through balls and shit. Ah, stupid. And so it becomes like a shit show, dude. It turns into ugly mess and no skill. It's pointless. See what I'm saying? How I read that? Like, there's just no... What the hell? Why do my passes keep doing that, eh? Holy crap, guys. The game goes haywire. Oh, Cruyff, you gotta be kidding me, boy. See that extra delay? What in the hell, guys? There's no way. This has got to be like a script, dude. This is crazy. What is that? Like, what just happened to Hull where he let it run extra for like an extra 3 yards? This guy don't even know what he's doing. Dude, I can't do this shit. I hate this fucking game, dude. Can you believe this shit? It keeps the other player in the game. It's such a joke. It's not even funny. Such a joke. It's not even funny, guys. Oh my god. It's so delayed and such a mess, guys. I can't even tell you how bad this shit is. I do not understand it. I do not understand it at all. You're through. It's all you can do because it's so delayed. And he goes for that. Out of every football play he could have went for, that's what he went for. Freaking hilarious. Come on. I don't even know what's going on anymore, guys.
Ci saranno 3 minuti di recupero.
That might have been the second most screwed game I've ever played in as far as delay and all kind of goofy stuff as far as this time goes. I don't know, that last one was pretty rough, eh?
Ricordiamo a tutti i tifosi che sul maxi schermo
Out of all the opponents I played, I lost to the absolute worst one by a long shot. But it's just not even fun. I feel like I'm not playing football when I play these losers. I have a game coming out. A video coming out about this. I'll let you guys check it out. I think I'm going to go get a little bit of rest. And, yeah, I don't know, man. If this game was what it could be, I could play this game all night. But it ends up being rat nonsense. You can say what you want about trying to play football against rats, but here's the problem. For one, you got to count in delay. So what does delay do? Well, they already need to speed up the release. Not the speed of the movement of the ball or the players, because that's spot on. The speed of the release of the passes. Ping, 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 ping. Right? Like, if I win the ball defensively and go pass, it should pass. What it is you win the ball defensively, delay, pass. So then you add in delay from bad servers or distance or whatever, because typically eFootball servers are good. Way better than FC, at least. If you don't want to call them good, way better than FC. But instead of pass, get rid of it, pass, get rid of it, pass, get rid of it, it's, all right, win the ball, pass, get rid of it. Win the ball, pass, get rid of it. There's this stupid delay. That's not how real football works. Nobody takes that long. And then if you add in the bad servers, it's try to get rid of it, press pass, wait, now it goes. By then, your ratty opponent has already pressed the crap out of you with the ridiculously unrealistic defense that we always talk about. It's one of the worst things in the game that they need to change. Out of all the realism, out of all the places they hit it out of the park, this stupid overpowered pressure defense. So of course you have the super long drawn delayed passing and shooting, worse with bad gameplay, and then you got overpowered press. So what do you think happens? When you try to play football, you get pressed like crazy. Right? It's the same way I respond to the rats and the same way I always call it. I'm going to go score. Watch how easy this is, but it's not fun. Watch how easy this is. It's because you just hold that forward button down, hold press until you win it, and then spam through ball. It's the dumbest shit in the world. I could never waste my time doing it. And all these losers, that's what they do, game after game after game after game. So then you try to play football against them, the delay and all the other shit, and it just so happens there's always delay against the rats. I want it. It's funny how that works, as if that's not, if we're supposed to believe that's a coincidence. But anyway, maybe it is. So then you win the ball because your guy didn't get rid of it. You get punished. They run through you, win the tackle, spam a through ball, score. And they do it over and over. So you might whoop their butt like I did that one guy. I was up 5-1 at half. He had no chance. No one would ever guess in a million years he'd beat me. He ends up beating me 2-1. Well, at halftime, he lines up 6 players across the front, 5 or 6 across the front line, and then puts his team in a wall and just spams the press, tackle, through ball. Press, tackle, through ball. The entire time, and there's nothing I could do about it because I either had to just go long ball and look for through balls like a rat myself, or if I tried to play football, they were going to tackle through me. So, let me know your comments as usual. I'm still waiting to get one of these losers to not be too embarrassed to get on, and I want them to walk through a game and be like, well, what I was doing here and what I was doing here. If I ever get one of these losers to do it, you'll see how pathetic it is how they play. I mean, it is zero football. Right? So it's worth pointing this stuff out. Konami, get rid of this nonsense so we can get rid of these no-skill losers. Like this player right here, he's 1,300 hours in. 1,300, I'm 3. Okay, that's 1,000. Think about what 1,000 hours is. Go ahead and add up how many hours it is. Add up how many days of your life that is. And 1,300 hours, okay, this loser, you see how he played. It was a loss I had. But just to point this out, to so you know that it's not just because he beat me here, and you guys seen how he beat me. This loser in 1,300 hours. Has only made it to 35,000. Now, you want to see my rank right now? In 300 hours, his best ever is top 35,000. I said 3,500, 35,000. Here's my top rank right now. 25,000. So in 300 hours, give me 1,000 more hours and think about what my top will be. I'm just now learning. I don't even know how to low punt. I have to look up. Let me see something. I want to give Khan low punt, but... Oh! Additional skills. I did add it already. I added low punt. Good. So he has low punt. I still don't even know how to low punt yet. Like, there's still shit. I just remembered how to do the knock-on shots. And I got to remember in the games, too, because I keep forgetting in games. But anyway... And that's where I'm at. And in 300 hours, I'm already better than that guy's been. Take a hint, you moron. Take a hint, moron. So, anyway, I rest my case. Like, subscribe, join the battle. Let's make eFootball great again. Not MAGA, it's MEGA.